Okay, this is the intro for the podcast. Yo. Yo, we're the Silver Screen Fiends, yo, we're the Silver Screen Fiends, yo. Hey, watching movies, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Silver Screen Fiends podcast. I'm your host, Sam.
What's up? I'm Joe.
And we're trying out something different this week. We're recording at a Shared Universe PodcaStudio today. But that's not all. We're also recording video for the first time.
Now we can YouTube.
Now we can stare into the camera with dead air. Anyway, actually, but enough about me. With us this week, we have the return of a very special guest. He's so special that Joe is actually sweating right now.
Can't breathe.
We have back the owner of Loudmouth Threads, the creator of creepy clothing and cryptid content, the spooky speaker of his own show, the Off the Press podcast, and the lovely Lovecraftian. Please welcome back to the show, Mr. Blake Corrao.
Woo,
Hey, everybody.
Why don't you
I'll put in
like
the
me like
clapping.
that?
I like that.
I don't know, because who are you?
What the hell, man? I'm crying.
Blake, it's been a while.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Okay, let's get on with it. So
screaming.
we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping.
So we're talking about James Charles today, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of pro Jared we have to get through.
Yikes.
So let's start with that.
Cringe.
Man, that's what a train wreck. Maybe later. So Joe, what have you recently watched?
Nothing.
Cool.
I started John Wick 2 yesterday.
The Squeakquel.
I'm getting ready for the third one.
Yeah, what do you think of the third one so far? Just from what you've seen. I mean, trailers, idiots.
Like, what? I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
The first one was awesome, and I missed out on the second one, but I'm pretty excited for it.
Honestly, I don't think I've been this excited about a modern action movie in, 15 years? What is even out right now? That's
Fast and Furious movies. That's it.
Right, which is definitely noteworthy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's fun. John Wick. Dogs die.
Keanu Reeves. He's back, baby.
You're a sicko.
I know.
Actually, for the first time ever, I watched Paths of Glory. Did you guys ever see that?
No.
Wow. Do you even like film?
No, I actually don't.
No, well, I love Stanley Kubrick, and I've been sleeping on it for so long. It's just a crazy war film. Well, it's an anti-war film.
I'm pretty sure I have the Criterion. I just haven't watched it yet.
Sell it to me.
I'm a bum.
For free.
I'm pretty sure almost all of my Criterions I have not watched, except for maybe 5.
Do you understand how many movies I own that I haven't touched since they've been delivered to the house? I'm pretty sure 80% of the movies that I own, I have not actually watched in my house. I'm pretty sure 80% of the movies I own, I haven't even took out of the Amazon box.
I'm disgusting.
Anyway, so yeah, we like movies. But it's a great film. I urge you to check it out. You? No.
Not so much.
No, I'm kidding. You would like it. Kirk Douglas is my boy. Anyway, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's not waste any more time. We're talking horror remakes, reboots, upcoming releases. So, Joe.
We're talking about The Purge, baby. They just announced a 5th one, or 6th one.
Are you serious?
I don't know how many there are.
Kill me.
4? I don't know. But they just announced another one.
It's too many.
Dude, they're so sick.
What's even the next premise?
I have no idea.
There's another Purge.
Oh.
Literally.
That's it.
Dude, spoilers. Come on. So, first of all, let's get into the release of that Midsommar trailer.
Insane.
I'm hype.
Dude, you know
this looks
me.
creepy.
I'm obsessed with A24, so it doesn't matter what they're putting out.
True.
I'm automatically going to be obsessed with it. But, after seeing Hereditary, which scared me so much, it's one of my favorite movies ever, but I've only seen it once. Because dude, it scared me so much. I cannot, I want to watch it again, badly, but I literally left that theater and I couldn't even sleep afterwards.
Well, I actually, hot take, I have not seen it yet, but
bugging.
I'm still looking forward to this. I mean, this movie looks like a prime example of why you do not drink the Kool-Aid. I mean, first of all, what a shitty boyfriend.
I didn't even I don't know. I guess I just didn't know. I don't know. Looking into it, I didn't know much. And after the trailer that dropped today, I think it showed a little bit too much, at least for my taste.
I think so too.
And some people said the same thing about the Hereditary trailer. But that one's like, that kind of was like completely different. Like they showed, I think that's why a lot of people were upset with Hereditary, was the trailer showed something kind of completely different of what the actual plot was. But we'll see. It still looks spooky.
That was what I actually ended up liking about Hereditary, was I went into it expecting something completely different, and then seeing the movie, I was just like, this is not where I expected this to end up. So I'm hoping this is the same way.
That's how I felt about Air Bud.
Yeah, definitely. Classic, dude.
Yeah, Midsommar looks crazily creepy. I'm really excited.
There's a lot of young actors in that. Like a lot of like upcoming actors. Like I've seen them all in like a bunch of stuff. I just literally cannot remember any of their names.
Are they the ones that kind of navigate in the A24 circle?
No, I don't. Like they're all like pretty new. Like I don't think they've ever been in any of the films. Like I know the one guy was in Bandersnatch.
Oh, okay.
The one with the glasses. And he had like the spiked blonde hair.
Yeah.
And then the main girl, she was in that Fighting with My Family movie, the one that's based on that wrestler Paige. And I can't remember the other guy. But, he was in Sing Street, that Irish movie. But it was pretty good.
That Irish movie.
It was good. He was
Roger Ebert.
Yeah, he was, I don't know. But either way.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too, man.
It'll be trash.
So, let's talk about Child's Play.
Speaking of trash.
I was going to ask if you have any interest in this, but that's the answer.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was like, I was like, oh, maybe this will be cool. And then I saw the teaser photo. I was like, yikes, bro.
Yeah.
So basically how I feel about this is I've enjoyed some of the movies in the series. Like the original Child's Play was cool. Bride of Chucky was all right. And Seed of Chucky was like just enough cheese that was able to capture my attention.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate the Child's Play movies. It's just this doesn't really look like it's gonna be good.
It doesn't. I'm not even sure what audience they're pandering to.
I don't know.
The marketing is very mixed. I
don't know many people that are like really legitimately excited about it. There are people who are just like Chucky fans that will go see it, but I don't know who this is being made for at all.
Right, and actually, the fact that Mark Hamill is voicing Chucky will probably be the main selling point.
That kind of is for me at least right now.
Right, exactly.
The only that's why I feel like they probably will end up not releasing a trailer that has him speaking at all, because they still haven't, and that's kind of what everybody's waiting for. So I think that I won't be surprised if we don't hear Chucky's voice at all in any trailer.
It's their last lifeline.
Pretty much.
Like, no, we can't. So yeah, I'm indifferent.
I thought it was weird that it was like an AI. Like basically, like my brother kept saying, "Oh, it's going to be an AI." I was like, "What? That makes no sense." And then if the trailer came out, I was like, "Damn, that is really stupid."
Yeah. I don't know. I guess the world was obviously clamoring for this, so we'll see what happens.
I do like Aubrey Plaza, but I feel like
me too.
Like, I feel like every movie she's in, she's still playing like the same character.
Oh, well, of course.
I want her to play something different so badly.
She is pigeonholed for life.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing, but also a bad thing. It's a little bit in the middle. But I mean, ask Jason Alexander what the hell he's doing these days. You think he's ever getting a job ever again?
Yikes.
Be the George guy. It's like, yeah, thanks, asshole. I'm trying to sell a book about my surgery. I don't know.
He was on one episode of Criminal Minds where he had a really bad wig.
Excuse me. I forgot about that. Duckman fans out there. Sorry. Anyway, let's get into It Chapter 2.
Trash.
Horrible.
No, I'm kidding.
I actually really like the way they went about the trailer, because the first half is essentially just an extended clip from the movie. So, we see Beverly Marsh all grown up. She returns to Derry for the first time and visits her father's house. And she's like, oh, guess he's not here anymore. And some weird woman in her, 300s answers the door. She's like, you want some tea? And then comes in, and then she drop kicks Beverly.
Dude, that whole scene was so creepy.
I know.
They do just keep panning over, and then you see her hiding behind something. That's what I loved about the first one, because I feel like they're probably gonna do it more in this one, but like you see like random people just like staring in the background. I'm like, yo, like
I know when Beverly was just like looking through memories, the woman just like goes by her and it's just like this weird manifestation of like a latex suit and somebody who can't breathe, and I don't know. I was like a little creeped out by it, but I thought it was kind of funny the fact the elderly woman just like. And I forgot what she said, but then she stares at Bev for like 10 seconds.
She says something about like
about
they
never,
say something about like
when you die you don't actually die.
People in Derry don't really die or something like that, and then she just stares at her for like 3 minutes.
I honestly giggled. I was like, that's like I know it wasn't supposed to be comedic, but I was like, okay.
But I think they do it on purpose.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the vibe of like the first movie too. Is like things are scary, but they're kind of funny at the same time. I think
which is fitting. What I appreciate. About
it's fitting.
The movie. Yeah. I think it's cool that everyone's grown up and we'll have to see them deal with Pennywise again. It'll be interesting to see that dynamic now that they're older.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be more violent. I think just because like I don't know, it was the first one was pretty violent and it was like kind of crazy, but like you can only get away with so much even in a rated R movie that has kids in it.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like when it's adult people, when they're adults, like it's a little easier.
Now, here's the $1 million question. Will they have the orgy in this one?
I hope so. No.
Fan service, baby. Let's get down to the...
I think that's in the director's cut.
Yeah.
I literally completely forgot about that, and I was like,
well, you won't forget anytime soon.
If they do that, that'll be fucking...
They're not going to do that.
After credit scene.
Fuck.
They join the Avengers, and then have an orgy.
Cool. Bill Hader's going to be in it.
I'm excited.
I love him.
You're like, dude, he's not like a serious actor. I'm like, bro, he actually is. Like, there's some like really like good shit. He's like, watch The Skeleton Twins. He was in with Kristen Wiig a few years ago. That movie, like, that was like one of his first like serious roles, basically, and like or like a bigger movie, and he killed it. And after seeing that, I was like, yeah, and then watch what the fuck's that show he has with Fred Armisen? Documentary Now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just like make fun of a bunch of documentaries.
Oh, I heard about that.
But like, it's so fucking funny.
Actually, I really want to check out Barry.
I want to watch that too.
That looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, I watched a few episodes of the first season. It was really good.
And I respect anyone who still gives Henry Winkler a paycheck. I feel bad for the man. He spent like his whole career trying to do shit.
He's fine.
No, I Arrested Development. I mean, look at that.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Bill Hader as Richie. I think he's absolutely perfect. Like, he was who people were like fan casting the adult version, and people wanted him as that role. So it's cool that they got him.
Yeah.
I wonder like how much of an influence that actually had. Like how many people online were talking about.
I'm sure.
About him.
Look at the influence fans have these days. I mean, you bitch enough, and you get a studio to now
redo Sonic.
Like I've never in a million years seen or thought about seeing that happen before.
I also don't know how they plan on doing
it's
that.
It's literally going to be impossible without shifting the release date.
Yeah.
They can talk all they want. That is an extreme amount of work.
Yeah, I don't know.
To do.
I don't know what their plan is there.
I don't know. We'll see. Is my philosophy. So the butt of the conversation is going to be about horror remakes and reboots.
Yeah.
Which we had a little theme going on. Yeah, Joe. You want to tell me what you consider?
Suck, dude. I'm out of here.
What do you consider a good remake, Joe?
A good remake.
Yeah, let's hear your opinion.
Oh my god.
Let's peel back this onion.
Really hard because there's not that many.
You say you're really hard?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep, I'm naked.
Oh. Clearly not.
Yeah, I'm naked. What's up? I don't know. I did like the Halloween remake. I thought it was kind of cool. Like, even though there was a lot of shit that like kind of cringy, and the plot wasn't that great. I thought it was cool to see Michael Myers again. I liked all the Halloween movies, honestly. Like, obviously the ones like the later ones weren't like fantastic, but I just like the character Michael Myers. I just love seeing him again. And like when they like redid that shot when he's just like, I think it was like remade from the second one. I'm not sure, but it's like that long shot where it's just following him throughout the houses, him like killing a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was badass.
Yeah.
There was like definitely some cringy moments, but I still thought it was pretty cool.
Would you agree Resurrection is your favorite Halloween movie?
Yeah.
Is that the one with Busta Rhymes? Whichever one's with Busta Rhymes. That's the best one.
Or was that H2O? No, I think it's Resurrection.
No, it's Resurrection.
Yeah, that was... Talk about cinema.
Trash.
Actually, last time we spoke,
Halloween. We
were gonna talk about the aftermath of that. So I guess this is perfect.
Yeah, it's only been like a year since Halloween came out.
It's personal. What do you think of Halloween?
I loved the new Halloween. I thought it was great. It checked all the boxes that I would have wanted from it, and I mean they're not very complicated things to do to make a good Halloween movie, I think. So I was happy with it. I didn't have any complaints. Mm-hmm. The soundtrack was awesome.
Yeah.
Because Carpenter did it, right?
So good.
And I really was expecting him to sort of phone it in a way,
sure,
kind of just reuse his old compositions, and he completely just did an awesome score. There's songs from that I still listen to just regularly because it's so good.
Yeah. Speaking of Carpenter, actually, since we're talking about remakes and reboots, figure we could bring up The Thing, because this is a prime example of a remake done right. And I understand that. So the original Thing was actually a Howard Hawks movie from the 50s.
I actually never saw the original one.
I've seen clips of it. It was actually called The Thing from Another World, but it's I guess it's kind of considered a looser remake. I know they took different liberties in the John Carpenter one, but
do you think it would be kind of like compared to Suspiria, how that was, how he just took names and the concept of it?
It was. I think it was a little bit closer to the source material, but I've always loved Howard Hawks as a director because it's a name you don't really hear, but he's been the driving force behind the original Scarface and Rio Bravo and The Big Sleep and His Girl Friday. So really big classic movies, but then you hear this guy's name and you're like, fucking who? It's who is this guy? But obviously we love The Thing.
Yep.
I assume you've seen it as well.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Yes. All right.
It's fine.
Let me explain.
It's fine, asshole.
So
I'll get somebody else to do
when
the
I was
show
really, really young, my dad showed me The Thing, and it scared me so much. I had nightmares for a year straight.
You know what?
Literally
it did its job.
Straight, and I didn't finish the whole thing.
So I'm fine with that because it did its job.
I went back and watched it a few years ago and loved it, but I haven't watched it since then. So I need to revisit. I got the that Steelbook re-release or whatever. I think it was Shout Factory might have did that. I'm not sure.
Oh, for The Thing?
Yeah.
Scream Factory.
Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot.
Same thing.
See my ass.
Same thing.
Yeah, but I just picked that up actually a few weeks ago, so I'm going to watch that. I'm excited.
I got that nice Arrow limited edition. It's the big cardboard
You're
box.
a fiend.
Wow, we came full circle. We
Roll
can end
credits.
the show now.
The show's over after this.
So obviously, Kurt Russell's brilliant, and I love.
He's all right.
Whoa. Can you preface that with a hot
Al Pacino?
Really? The lawyers just stopped coming after us, and you fucking bring up Pacino. Can you please say you're sorry to him?
No,
he's crying
never.
right now.
Never.
He's like, Joe, why don't you love me?
Cringe.
You sound just like him.
I don't want to. I love you. I love you.
You're screaming.
But I'm conflicted. Anyway, so it's great because you have this movie where you have the shape-shifting alien that can be anything at any time, and nobody knows what the fuck to do. So you already have basic horror elements there, then you just amplify the suspense by a million because everybody's looking around their shoulder wondering who is the alien, and people are getting frustrated and angry, and then you find out they are or aren't, and that, for example, that blood test scene.
Mm-hmm. You know what I love about that movie also, which kind of relates to what we were just talking about, is the lack of soundtrack in The Thing is one of my favorite things about it. That blood test scene, I don't think there's any music.
There's nothing
in the entire scene.
You just hear breathing.
Yeah, it's a really quiet movie, which I also found in Hereditary. That was a comparison that I thought was easy to make between those two movies, is just the lack of a soundtrack can sometimes be so much more effective than a good soundtrack even. And The Thing is the ultimate example of that. I I can't remember a single song from that movie.
Yeah, exactly. You just get like those low synth rhythms, and that's enough to create the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think this is a really good example of a remake done right. I mean, it grabs from the source material, but it knows how to stay unique. And Carpenter, I mean, at this time, he was just doing Halloween came before, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like he's fresh off the heels of Halloween, and now he does the thing, and now he's like cemented his creative ability into the horror industry.
Which is funny because the thing was like panned when it came out. It was not well received when it came out.
That's true.
Which is weird.
But that's kind of the trend I noticed. Things just gather a cult following.
Yeah, and it happens with, honestly, like
most
so
things
many
that are
now.
popular.
Especially horror.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, because I feel like there's such a low barrier for entry into horror that, like, any Joe Schmo makes them these days. Mm-hmm. And when you get, like, 1 million people pumping out indies, you don't really know how to sift through it. So, like, once in a while, you'll get a nice big studio knocker, or you'll get, like, a nice up-and-coming indie guy, or you get fucking Jordan Peele, who's like, hey, I'm done with comedy, and then just, like, wins every goddamn award, and is awesome. But I don't know. That's just kind of, you got to see what sticks to the wall.
Yeah.
So, and I think with The Thing, it's a perfect example.
I thought the Suspiria, I guess remake, reboot, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, which I still have to see.
That was my favorite movie of last year.
Uh-huh.
And I watched the original, and it's like really hard to even like compare the two, because I feel like Luca, like kind of the director of the new one, he kind of just like did his own thing with it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really feel like comparing this, so I was just like, fuck it. But I thought it was awesome. Mm-hmm. It was so good. The way that it was shot, and like the soundtrack that Tom York did was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And I was so upset that he did not get nominated.
You're sweating,
dude, and obviously it, but like it was a TV movie, so that's kind of different.
Little mini series.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Can we talk about Tim Curry for a second?
Nah.
Wow. No, it's like our most liked post on our Facebook
topic.
Yeah, dude, he's tight.
Fuck him.
Next cool. topic.
Yeah.
What do you guys honestly be brutally honest? What do you think about the original It miniseries?
I think it's capital okay, but
I agree with that.
I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Yeah, you know what? I just gotta be honest here. Like, love Tim Curry, love Stephen King. I also think it was okay.
It's just like it doesn't fit. Like his performance like is good, but it just doesn't fit with the vibe of the movie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, exactly. It's like you're separating that art from that artist just for the sake of commending a good performance. Mm-hmm. But I agree. It's just like, it didn't really fit for me.
And that's why I feel like everyone loved the new one. Because it's like, people were like, I feel like they were craving to see like a scary version of that. And like, a lot of people didn't even know that there was the original It. So.
Yeah.
So. I think like for me personally, when like what qualifies a movie for a remake is when it like the bones are there, but it's limited by budget, the effects of the time or something like that. And I feel like that's definitely the case with the original It. Like the story's there and it has the potential to be scary because the book's really scary, but the TV miniseries is like the effects are kind of cheesy and like the acting is over the top and it just didn't fit that story. So I think the new one is so good and so different because it's not constrained by being from the 90s, being a TV miniseries, the budget, things like that. So to me, that's why like I love the new It and I like it way more than the original one.
Yeah, I agree.
And I also just have like no nostalgia for the original one because it came out before I was born. But
right.
So like that to me was the prime example of something that needed a remake and like was fit for a remake. And I think that's why it worked so well and why so many movies get remakes and they suck because there was just no need for a remake. There was nothing constraining the original that needed to be like updated. Mm-hmm. And it was just like a great example of that for me.
I just think that Bill Skarsgård should have done the Prince Albert joke because that is the only real part I loved about the original It. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I thought what he did with the role was awesome. And I think the kids put on strong performances too.
Yeah, they were awesome in that movie.
Which honestly is hard to come by.
Very
for basically children to be that good in a role.
Especially since outside of whatever his name is from Stranger Things. Like they're all unknown kid actors who I've never seen any of them in anything else.
Yeah.
And for them to just like come out of nowhere and like do so good is awesome and very surprising.
I gotta. One thing I will say though is there are scenes from the original It that I was particularly more fond of because there was sort of this like lingering creep factor. A good example is the bathroom scene.
Mm-hmm.
So like when Beverly,
With, like, the hair?
sees like all the blood in
Oh,
the
okay.
sink,
Yeah,
like she hears like the children, the dead children in the sink, and then like the father comes in and he's wading through all the invisible blood, and she's just sitting there like. Not only is she squeamish, but she's already fucking terrified from what's going on. So just seeing that look of terror on her face, I think it just did it for me, you know? And it's one of those things where it's like you got original, it was like late 80s, early 90s.
I think it came out in 1990.
Yeah, exactly. So it was around that time where you kind of had this that weird 80 vibes going into the experimentation of the 90s. So you had like these dull colorations going on screen and lack of dialogue, which carried the performance. So just there's something like flat about it, but at the same time, it creates that depth by being flat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the original It is like a horrible movie, but I just think the new one was way better.
Yeah, no, definitely. For all intents and purposes, it got
like it's watchable. It's not like a bad movie,
right?
But
Curry.
Yeah,
Rocky Horror,
Daddy. This is the Rocky Horror picture cast.
Dude, don't even start.
My name is Bill. I fucking too late, dude. All right, so Blake, what would you consider a good horror remake?
Like what qualifies a good horror remake, or what is a good horror remake?
You know what? School us on whatever you feel like. Let's start with the first one.
Well, it's kind of like I just said. To me, it's a good horror remake is taking like the source material and improving on whatever sort of like limitations it faced when it first came out. Like to use like an example of one of my favorites, the remake of The Hills Have Eyes from 2003, I think.
Yeah.
Like to me, that did everything that like checks the boxes for a horror remake. It updated all the effects. It like had this huge budget. So there's like that scene at the end where they're in like the nuclear like ghost town.
Yeah.
And the original one is good and like the story is cool, but I think that the new version was just able to like update everything that needed to be updated in it. And that's why I think some of them don't work.
Yeah.
like especially like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I don't remember when that came out, but that one nothing in the original Nightmare on Elm Street really needed like a modern take on it. The effects were amazing. Like it had a big budget, but some of the smaller movies that were impactful and like important were very limited by the times or limited by money or special effects or whatever. And so to me, like in order to be a good horror remake, it has to improve on the things that the original couldn't for whatever reason.
Yes, I agree 100%. So with that being said, let's talk about some bad remakes.
Dawn of the Dead.
Because there's a lot of...
Dude, literally instantly when you were talking about that, I was like, Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Dude, that movie bothered me so much.
Let's twist the knife. Why did it bother you?
Because the original, in my eyes, is a perfect zombie film.
Cut, print, agreed.
Like,
yeah, I agree with
that's it. Like,
that's it.
That is it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I've seen it so many fucking times, and for them to like just it was like a commercialized, like it was just trash in my like, and like it's so like even like dude the way it was filmed, it was like the whole movie was like overexposed. And it was just like, what the... Like, it's definitely a product of the times.
Yeah,
like, you could tell.
Yeah, it's very early 2000s.
Yeah. Like, you go, like, I watched the trailer for it. I was like, dude, this is the cringiest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, and I don't know. It just upsets me. And...
I'm sorry.
George Romero. And I love him. And I miss him.
You think he's upset beyond?
Well, he was alive when it came out. He saw it.
No, but about this conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably.
Do you think Romero liked pasta?
I hope so.
What do you think was his favorite meal?
I wasn't ready for this kind of deep conversation.
Do you think George A. Romero read at night?
Probably.
What?
I think he read.
He was a normal person.
It's a guy.
Let's delve into him. Let's go a day in the life of George A. Romero.
No.
He wakes up. What do you think? He drinks tea or coffee?
He brushes his ponytail.
He probably looks at the Necronomicon several times. Joe,
don't make fun of him.
Dawn of the Dead is better than you will ever be.
You know what's
I agree.
great also that
I agree.
Can't buy Dawn of the Dead like anywhere right now.
Oh, because of the
unless you're me,
so annoying.
And outbid people on eBay at the last possible second.
When I have my one copy of Dawn of the Dead, because I don't own a lot of like Blu-rays and stuff, I went to the flea market and somebody there had like a bootleg version of the like UK DVD release, I guess, awesome. And the cover is like photocopy.
Hell yeah!
And the movie is like, it's not formatted for the screen, it's not centered. It's like it's too high up on the screen when you watch it.
Stop it.
And instead of there being like a black bar on top and a black bar on bottom, there's only one on the bottom.
That's amazing.
That's
the only way I want to watch it.
I would literally throw myself out the window.
It's the ideal way to watch that movie.
It's the way he envisioned it.
It's the way it was intended.
Yeah, we actually talked about this on a previous episode, that whole dumb legal battle.
I was so angry, because I was, I've been writing a zombie movie, and so I was trying to dive back into just a bunch of zombie movies that inspired me. And obviously I had to rewatch Dawn of the Dead like a million times. And I was looking up copies. I was like, why the fuck is there no copy of this? Because I remember I had a Blu-ray of it. Yeah. And I fucking sold it like an animal.
Like an animal.
And so I bought I got the Ultimate Edition that they had. I spent fucking $80 on it.
You're a slut.
Outbid them at the last second. I almost got the Blu-ray, but it went up to over 100. So I was like, I'm good. And they're doing the 4K.
I'm so excited for that.
Soon, actually, they've been working on it for a while.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Actually, you know what else is getting a 4K cut, which I thought was interesting? Hannibal. So Kino Lorber's doing that, but they don't really dabble in Ultra HD, because a lot of these boutique Blu-ray distributors, it's very easy for them to lose money on a release. So upgrading
now,
upgrading to 4K, it's like if we take Criterion for example, which we only mention them every fucking time on the show. You take them for example. And it's like they spend so much time and money securing the rights and doing artwork and all these extras and features that, if it bombs, that's not good. So the fact that their main demographic is art house fiends or kids from college and art school who can't even afford ramen, it's you can't really invest your budget into 4K.
Yeah.
It's it makes sense, but
especially because not everybody even has a 4K TV that it would matter to them.
But in the next 5 years, it will be the standard in every house, and then they'll do fucking 8K, which they're already doing. But whatever. Anyway, so I got a couple bad remakes, Joe. Blake.
Relax.
There's lots out there.
There's a lot. Let's fucking talk about House of Wax.
Oh my god.
This one pisses me off.
I've actually never seen the remake.
Is that the one with Paris Hilton?
Yeah.
That is the one with Paris
That's all I know about is that she dies in that movie. I remember
obsessed with showing that.
Yeah, I remember when it came out.
Die.
This movie
relax.
This movie was so painfully okay that I can't say it's like you said with the original. It's not like it's a horrible piece of shit. It's just kind of what were they thinking with it? First of all, the casting director, somebody must have owed the Hilton family a favor, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around that casting. And then they get Chad Michael Murray, and I'm just okay, I give it the benefit of the doubt. So I go into the movie, and for those of you who don't know this, the original was a 1953 film starring Vincent Price, who was Daddy. And he plays a wax sculptor named Henry, and he finds out that his business partner just wants to plot to burn down the wax museum in order to collect insurance money. And then Henry ends up returning, and he's like, well, I'm going to do my own wax shit. And not actually shit, that'd be gross.
Wax shit. Yeah, doing my own wax shit.
So as he's creating these sculptures, bodies are simultaneously vanishing from the city's morgue.
Oh.
So somebody ends up investigate, the status quo. And so somebody investigates it. And so that, to me, the way they pulled it off there, it's like, I hadn't really seen a movie like that before. So I thought it was unique. So when they came out with this 2005 remake, I'm like, all right, I'll give it an honest shot. And I just like... You know what? What I'll give it is that some of the murders were at least a little bit creative, but that's about as far as I go complimenting it. It's just there were so many cringy moments. Like,
I love cringe. You know that.
Yes. There's have you ever seen the remake? No,
I haven't seen the remake.
Okay. Yeah. There's like this.
No spoilers,
dude.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
It's on my watch list.
I've been waiting
right
to
now.
watch it.
It's on your Watchmen. HBO
Osmosis
show?
Jones.
Hot take. Great film.
All right, we're talking about Paul Blart Mall Cop.
We're talking about Pete Beat Meme Cream. So there's a really good example of how cringy this movie is there's a scene where there's the main cast, they come across like this pile of roadkill, and there's this redneck who's like trying to take care of it, and he's spouting off all these fucking dumb, cheesy, cliche lines you would see from like a B movie from the 80s, except not in like a charming way, in like a disgustingly cringy way. Like, he finds this hand sticking out of this like pile of sewage, and everybody's freaking out. They think it's like a body. And so he goes to pick it up, and he's trying to loosen it. And everyone's like, no, what the fuck are you doing? And so he gets it out. He's like, anybody need a hand? And it's just like,
hell yeah.
I literally just like want to ram my face into a donkey's ass. And I'm just like, so it's just like moments like that totally take me out of trying to be immersed in this shit sack.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who really approved this? I mean, look, it's okay. It's okay.
You're screaming.
It's fucking okay.
Dude, movies suck.
I did kind of like the third act because the house ends up burning down, so all like the wax melts, and like other than that,
spoilers.
Fuck this movie.
Yeah, it's all right.
Get out of here.
Dude, I wanted to watch it.
Yeah? No, you don't. I promise you.
Literally crying.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Since we're on the topic of movies, even though we've talked about, I'm pretty sure we've literally had an episode dedicated to this same thing we're talking about, but what's like a horror movie that you've watched like so many times that it will never get old?
Reanimator.
Trash.
But you knew that.
It bothers me so much that I did not see that movie until recently. And you let me borrow it I literally had it for months. Straight up months sitting on my desk. I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. And I finally watched it, and I instantly texted him within like 5 minutes of the movie. I was like, this is one of the best movies ever made.
It really is.
Dude, I try to tell people that. Like, it's so slept on, but
so
it's
good.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the sequel, Bride of Reanimator?
No, I didn't get to watch it yet.
Is another one beyond. That one's okay.
Yeah.
And then actually, I was on Amazon like sometime last year, and I was scrolling through the suggested horror section, and I came across something called Herbert West Reanimator, and it was like, I saw the trailer, and apparently some Spanish studio did like an indie takeoff.
I bet it's great.
Just using the name. Like, I think Rotten Tomatoes, it's like a 2% or something.
To be fair, Reanimator does technically kind of do that with the Lovecraft story, because it has nothing to do with the Lovecraft story.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's
like
crazy.
all of Stuart Gordon's Lovecraft movies. They have nothing to do with the story.
It is crazy to consider that it is even technically a Lovecraft story.
Yeah, I forget.
And a lot of people don't, and again, we discussed this on the zombie episode, but a lot of people don't understand, like, I consider that a zombie film. Like, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I guess it is.
It's like a pseudo-zombie
Yeah, I never
film.
think of it
Reanimator?
as a zombie
Well, nobody
movie.
really does. Yeah. I mean, he's literally bringing people back to
I
life.
agree.
So that's
Makes
why
sense.
I consider it. But yeah, so fuck you for waiting so long.
All right.
Next time I'll let you borrow 16 candles.
Screaming.
Wipe it off.
Yikes.
Anyway.
John Hughes.
So,
Rip.
yeah, so fuck House of Wax. And fuck you, I'm done.
Movies suck.
So let's I got a couple more bad ones unless someone wants to chime in. What the haven't you heard?
Well, I did absolutely hate the new Pet Cemetery. Does that count as a remake?
Well, it does.
I hated that.
It does. Well, does that count? Yeah, I guess it'd be remake.
Yeah, I guess it's just as much as it is a remake. It's technically a readaptation, but it's a remake.
So I actually didn't see it yet, but if
don't
see
it.
Don't even bother.
So
did you see it?
Yes, I went to the Alamo
Stop
Draft
lying.
House.
You
No,
think you're
I
cool?
did, bro.
Where's the address?
The Alamo Draft
What's
House.
your social security
It's in
number?
New York. I'm literally crying right now.
So without, you know what, just fucking spoil it. Just why was it bad?
It's so like empty. It's such an empty movie that just, it feels like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like, it's one of those cases where they kind of like what I was just saying. It does the complete opposite where they didn't improve on anything in the original movie. Like the effects are better, but it's not in a way that make or breaks the movie. And the writing of the new one is so bad. Like it's the same story, but so many important elements are taken out of it. And there were parts of the movie where I was just like, what is even happening right now? Like there's one in particular, since you said you don't care about me spoiling.
Yeah, I don't care.
Like the main character, his name's Lewis, and like he has this neighbor whose name is Judd, who's John Lithgow, and the whole starting point of the movie is he tells him about this pet cemetery where he can bring people back from the dead.
Yeah,
and like in the book, it is like more than halfway through the book before they get to that, and the whole point is like, they're like building this relationship and like this trust for why he's going to tell him this. It's important that they have a strong relationship for it to make sense. And in the movie, literally, there's one scene where they meet, and the next scene he tells him about it.
Yeah,
and it just like I was like, why?
I honestly like I wanted to go to the Alamo Draft House really badly. Shout outs. In New York, and we want to go there forever. I was like, but I know that it's like one of those theaters where it's like they serve food there while you're watching the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna pick something that I don't really give a shit about, and I know I'm probably not gonna like that much. And like we went to go see Pet Cemetery, and I kept like falling out of it like every 5 seconds. I was like, what is happening? I was like, I literally didn't even know what the plot was like halfway through the movie, and I was like, all right, whatever. And like his daughter was like dancing in the living room. I was like, she was like dead, and like they're like laying in bed together, and he's just like, just go to bed. I was like, what the fuck?
Yikes.
Yeah, like a lot of people had problems with like the changes they made to the story because like
I never saw the original.
Yeah, in the original it's the son who gets hit by the car.
Like I knew the story, I just didn't.
And those weren't even the problems for me. Like I didn't care about those if the movie would have been good.
Yeah.
But it was so many other things that I couldn't even focus on the fact that they changed parts of the original movie. I was too bothered by every other element of of that remake.
Let me ask you.
There's too many plot holes. And there's like, the acting was just like they didn't know what type of tone they wanted, and it was just like, as soon as you like don't know what the tone is of the film, and it keeps dropping in and out,
you're lost.
I'm done, automatically.
But look, I have to ask this question just because I love John Lithgow. Did he bring anything decent to the table?
I mean, he's there. He's not bad,
right?
But it was just like it wasn't the acting that was the problem at all. Like the acting was fine. It was just like I felt like when I was done with the movie and I was trying to figure out what I didn't like about it because I couldn't really like pin down my feelings. I realized that it felt like I was watching like a heavily edited version of the movie, or at least like an edited version of the script or something. Because there were things that were cut out that like were just too important to the story to not even be considered for the movie. So I don't know if I don't know anything behind the scenes about the movie at all. I don't know if there was like studio interference or like something happened to that made the movie have to be like edited down to a certain time or something. But there was so much early stuff that needed to be in the movie for it to make sense that was not there. And then there was unnecessary shit that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
So it was a weird like take on the story or a weird cut of the movie. I don't know. But there was things that was like, I don't understand how that scene wasn't in the movie. And so that was like my big problem with it.
Okay. So I can sleep on it longer.
Yeah.
There's no point.
There's really no point. Watch the original, because the original,
I've seen the original.
is amazing.
I mean, I love Fred Gwynn.
Yeah,
Like, I
me
love
too.
That
Too. Like, John Lithgow's good, but he's not Fred
No,
Gwynn.
he's not.
With that accent.
I know. Obviously, greatest role. People will say Herman Munster. Judge on My Cousin Vinny.
Relax.
Joe.
What are you
These your
talking
magic
about?
grits.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Have you never seen that movie?
What movie?
My Cousin Vinny. Can you fucking wake
I
up?
haven't seen My Cousin Vinny since I was probably 5 years old.
Change that, dude.
Honestly,
Because my
movies
biological clock. Is
Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci.
I'm walking here.
What's he doing right now? What do you think Joe Pesci's doing right now? You think he's listening to the show?
Probably eating chicken parm.
I thought... was
Probably.
he
I had
in
to
the...
guess.
Yes, he was in It Chapter 2.
No, shut up. I thought he was like supposed to
Pennywise
be...
in the new one.
Yo, dude, recast it right
Yo, wait,
now.
hold on. You think that they could pull the same shit as the Sonic movie and just put him as Pennywise?
I'm down.
Fuck.
I would
Get
like
Danny
to see that.
DeVito to
Are these
play
your
him.
red balloons?
Dude, Danny
What'd you-
DeVito.
Georgie, take the fucking boat. Just take the fucking boat.
Danny DeVito is who? Pennywise?
Just Danny DeVito.
Just Danny. So the movie
Danny
is just
DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, Georgie,
Fuck.
Joe Pesci, Pennywise. Only short actors allowed in this.
No, every actor is Danny DeVito now.
It's like Norbit.
It's
Yo.
all right. You know what? Let's
Speaking
Cinema.
of great
Speaking of
horror
remakes, we can talk Boo 2, Medea, baby.
Hell yeah, baby.
Can we just get Tyler Perry on the show and ask him why?
Trash.
You love him.
No, I don't.
Let's talk Norbit.
No.
Were you there that one time?
In-depth
No, I don't
review.
think you were there. It was like me, Jess, and Mary. So we went to Walmart at like 1 a.m.
No.
And-
Yeah, I was there.
And oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And we went to the DVD section, and I found every copy of Norbit I
I
could.
own Norbit somewhere in my house.
I love you.
It's a great movie. Okay.
I put them all together, and like I wanted to just like be the visual merchandiser of Walmart and be like Norbit. You think Eddie Murphy ever watches that movie?
Yeah, probably
And he's
every-
just like-
probably
and he's
every
like-
day.
He's like my best performance.
No.
He's like, remember my Raw stand-up special? Got nothing on it.
What
Do you
even
prefer
is that?
Norbit or that hit song from the 80s, My Girl Likes to Party All the Time?
Both
Dude.
so good.
Dude, have you ever seen there's this Eddie Murphy movie? I think it's called The Adventures of Pluto Nash. Dude,
I know of it.
I know of it, but I haven't seen
I've
it.
never seen it.
Dude, when I used to go to Blockbuster all the time when I was younger, and I used to rent that, Mystery Men, and the Alvin and the Chipmunks Batman movie.
Bad Monk, baby!
Dude, like religiously.
Oh my God, can we
Like,
talk
I'm pretty
Bat
sure I was
Monk?
like the only person who ever rented those.
Probably.
I was okay with it. I was like, Mom, can you like buy the copy? Like, just buy it from them.
Yeah. Well, some worthy choices.
Dude, so
When's the Criterion release
bad.
of that?
Yo.
Dude. Papa bless.
Dude, Criterion of Paul Blart.
I will chug gasoline if Paul Blart gets Napoleon Dynamite will get a
That's the only one I want.
Honestly, would you really be surprised if Napoleon Dynamite?
No, I was kind of being serious.
Oh no, I want it. Like I wouldn't be
People
surprised.
I love that
people
movie.
people consider that an Art Deco piece.
It's a great movie.
It is, and it's just like so self-aware that Criterion would totally pick that up. Criterion has like 2 John Waters movies,
Yeah.
so why wouldn't they do it?
They also have the only Criterion release that I own, which is House, which we have talked about before on this podcast.
Oh my! It's been so long.
That's the
you almost
only
forget.
Criterion I own.
House.
I own House too. That is a fucking trip and a half. So much fake blood. Did you ever see House?
No,
House
not
Sue
yet.
for the common man?
I want to.
Do it. Take
I
acid before.
really, really want to. I know it's like apparently it's like people compare it to like Scooby Doo on acid or something.
I mean, it's probably not that far off.
Yeah.
I could see that. Frank Welker's in the back, like, where's my paycheck? Let's
Relax.
talk about Scooby Doo.
No.
Yo, the Scooby Doo movie's awesome.
So
I
sick.
don't care what
Let's-
anybody
Rowan
says.
Atkinson.
I
kills
honestly
it.
love that
Yo,
movie.
speaking of horror remakes, Scooby Doo, my dude.
Dude,
That
so
movie's awesome.
sick.
It's one of my favorites.
You ever want to slap Matthew Lilliard?
Yeah, definitely.
Every day of my life.
Every fucking day. Every day. Matt. Joe,
No.
on a scale of 1 to 10, do you like me?
No, I fucking hate you.
I did want to talk about another remake, though. which is The Blob. So have you guys ever seen either the original or the remake?
I've seen the remake.
Yeah, I've only seen the remake.
Remakes? Okay. So this one I've actually been on the fence about for a while. There was a period of time where I absolutely shunned it from society, and then sometimes I come back to it and be like, it was relatively okay. I mean, you guys know that I'm a really big fan of classic film. So I believe the original was 57, and it starred Steve McQueen. That was actually his first real acting role, and he was our age. And
12.
It was like, yeah. and it was why I love it is because The Blob was the introduction to the B horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're really that you could argue that maybe like post Universal horror and you get into like the Roger Corman films, it was coming to fruition, but The Blob came so early that I feel like the whole manifestation of it was B movie. And but with the one from sometime in the 80s, the remake, I think it was like 88, stars Kevin Dillon, who we all love from Entourage. Actually, did you guys ever watch that?
Briefly.
Actually, really
I saw the movie because it had boobs in it. Dude, we going to see Entourage?
It's crazy because my
Dude,
friend,
there's naked ladies in it.
my friend Steph and
So
I,
sick, bro.
My friend
We going to the
Steph and
bar? Dude, we going to bar A?
Stop.
You got a problem with bar?
I'm leaving.
I have a problem with bar.
Meet me outside.
This comes so close to home, dude. You want to grab a
leaving.
drink at Inkwell?
Hell
You
yeah,
gonna
bro.
call me? We can fucking
Dude, beat my ass.
dance around the.
Beat my ass live on air. I want to see you get real mad. I want to see you pour honey all over me.
Stop. Stop.
We're done for canceling the show. Anyway,
Dude, fucking break my ears, why don't you?
so
Movies suck.
Kevin Dillon,
Dude,
Johnny
TV.
Trump.
You know what, dude? This is a TV podcast. Fuck it.
All right, Young Sheldon
Dude,
season
Game
1.
of Thrones, bro. Come on, let's go. Dude, dragons? Fuck yeah.
Oh my god, you see this fucking beautiful specimen?
What is that?
Oh my god, it's got like rot.
Is that from...
Dude, it's from Avengers.
It's an avocado.
You don't yeah. Well, dude, look at it. I mean, it's like. Okay, so here's my take on The Blob.
You just talked about it.
Relax.
Get over it. Move
Can I
on.
talk more? I'm not
Movies
like
suck,
I'm not
bro.
like you who doesn't come prepared and you're like, oh, this movie good. Let's
Dude,
move
movies
on.
are sick. Drop me off. Yo, I'm going to see Avengers.
So what are we up to 5 times?
Yeah, I saw it 5 times.
Nice.
I'm disgusting.
Did you? Oh, can you show Blake your tattoo?
I have a hoodie on.
I saw it on
So
Instagram.
fucking get naked, dude.
Dude, I'm sweaty.
Okay. what did you? Okay. So Blob.
Oh my god.
The fucking Blob. Don't
Here
be.
we go. Another blob. Here we go.
You like movie?
Yeah, movie sick, bro.
So actually, I do like the remake because it does follow the original.
Yeah.
So like a meteor comes to Earth, and it's found by some random dude, and out comes this blob. Spoiler alert.
Dude, you're screaming.
And he and so this blob and this blob just pulls a fucking Katamari Damacy and just like engorges the entire town.
Calamari?
Yeah,
The fuck you talking about?
Joe Pesci.
Calamari?
So why I like the original is because the use of practical effects. They didn't really, any studio I could think of back then didn't really go crazy into special effects. And so the whole practicality of it in the Blob worked really well because it's like very obviously meant to be campy and cheesy, but at the same time, you're just like, the idea of this weird fucking blobulous creature just rolling around like a snail, but he's like engulfing everything and you can't stop it.
My kink.
It's like it's like weird. It's like, what the fuck would you do? And so I think that the remake, reason I like it is because the special effects weren't bad. It was kind of faithful to the original, but I don't know. I like the callbacks to the original, but other than that, it doesn't really have much of a leg to stand on.
I'd argue better remake of The Blob is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Which is pretty much a remake.
It absolutely is, because it starts the same way. The guy stumbles upon the fucking circus tent and then gets murdered, but the dog I felt bad for.
I fucking love that movie.
No, Killer Clowns is great. I didn't think when I bought the Arrow release of that, I was like, okay, this is gonna be good, but they actually, out of any release I've seen from Arrow, that's one of the craziest restoration jobs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I would absolutely argue that.
Yeah, I'd say that's a better remake.
So the
of that
Blob
movie.
1988, okay. Killer Clowns, definitely the better Blob remake.
I think so.
It's funny because I sometimes forget that. It really is.
It literally
though.
is the Blob.
Yeah, except clowns. But my favorite scene, I think, is the shadow puppets on the street wall.
So good.
And he's just like, T-Rex gonna fuck you
They
up, dude.
did this past year. Killer Clowns was one of the scare zones at Halloween Horror Nights in Universal.
I saw those.
I heard about
they
that.
had.
They were amazing.
That's
like
insane.
the effects of that area were absolutely insane.
I'm pissed I couldn't see
Yeah,
that.
it was really
They
cool.
did I don't know if they that's if this is the same thing or not, but I saw they do some like Stranger Things, I guess it might be a part of that, but they go into this I guess this maze or something, and you see the kids, there's kids that in the maze that look just like the kids from the show. And they're walking around. They really put a lot into that shit.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I go every year to Horror Nights, and the Stranger Things house was this past year, and it's basically just like a haunted house you walk through and people jump out at you and shit. But since it's Universal Studios, everything is movie quality.
Yeah.
And so they did Stranger Things. Another one that was really cool was The Shining they did.
That's awesome.
This year, the Poltergeist house was actually the scariest one out of all of them, despite Poltergeist not being a scary movie. But and then outside, just in the park, are scare zones, which is you have to walk through those to get to the houses. And so Clowns was a scare zone, but Stranger Things was an actual house. And we do I always do the behind the scenes tour, and they show you how all the effects are done and everything, and the effects for the Stranger Things house especially were insane.
That's awesome.
They have all the Demogorgons and which are actually people in costumes, but their faces open up, and there's parts where the wall is stretching, kind of in the show.
Yeah, I saw this guy on YouTube, Tim Tracker, that I follow. And he always goes to the parks and sees all the shit early, and he filmed a little video inside of it, and it's in nuts. I'm how the fuck did they get this quality? It's so insane.
I would definitely recommend going if you can.
Yeah, I really want to go.
Crazy.
Sam, fuck you.
Okay.
What else are we talking about?
Here? We're talking movies, baby.
We're talking beans, bro.
We're talking Watership Down and why you should watch it with the family.
Dude, no.
You ever see the Plague Dogs?
Antichrist.
Or shoot you?
Oh god.
Antichrist and chill.
Antichrist, directed by Christopher Walken.
Yikes.
My favorite. So Joe,
No.
give me a movie you hate with all of your fucking heart.
Honestly, I don't know. Nothing really comes to mind, to be honest. I try to not be super negative about movies. I could dislike some things, but for the most part, there's not a lot of stuff that I super hate. I walked out of that movie Unfriended, I think it was called.
Oh yeah,
The one that was all on the computer or on Skype or something. That was just really bad.
that looked doo-doo diarrhea.
No, it was more poo poo pee pee caca.
Oh, the next Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yo, dude, I'll beat your ass right now. Dude, don't talk about the Sandman.
I'm talking to Sam. Where's Uncut Gems?
Dude,
I've been
they're making
waiting. No, fuck that. The Safdie brothers are garbage.
Dude, I'm wearing my Good Time shirt under this hoodie. I'll beat your ass.
Show me.
Show you.
Good Time. For anyone who hasn't seen Good Time out there, please watch it.
I did like that movie.
It is
Although
insane.
It almost gave me a panic attack.
It gave me panic attack. Oh, that's awesome. Where'd you even get that? A24 show?
Alera put it out.
Oh, Alera.
Company, I'm pretty sure it's their company.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
But, yeah, I saw Pete Davidson was wearing it on SNL.
You saw Pete Diddy was wearing it?
He was wearing it on the show, and he was talking about Good Time, and I was I want that, and then they put it on the site a few days later, and it sold out in 2 seconds. So basically, I'm pretty cool. All right, let's end the show.
You're a merch whore.
Kidding. I love you. All right, do you want to talk the giveaway?
No.
We're talking the giveaway. Come
All
on.
right, fine. We're doing something cool. We planned on a bigger movie giveaway, but we're going to do something special just for this little episode.
Relax.
So we're going to be giving away a Blu-ray copy of It.
VHS.
Tim Curry. No.
It's actually just me filming it on my TV.
Yes. It's actually just a video of Joe eating baked beans from the can.
It's a video. It's a video
Dressed as Pennywise.
I'm eating baked beans on my bed, and I'm watching the new It. It just shows me. It doesn't show the actual screen.
I would arguably pay an unreasonable
I'll do
amount
that.
of
I'll
money
film
for
that, and I'll put it in the Blu-ray.
All right, so that's coming. Listen, you said that on the show, so you're doing it. So in addition to it, you're going to get this video of Joe watching it. We are also in collaboration with Blake over here and Loudmouth Threads. We out here.
Daddy.
We will be, Blake, would you like to show this little piece we got here?
The wonderful.
Auction it off. We got the little Pennywise. We all float on. Okay.
For a second, I was like, why are you showing it? And then I realized that
there's a video.
I was just like, that's funny, right? Because we've never filmed an episode.
We live in a society.
Dude.
So anyway.
Social media.
You know I'm taking it back.
You're
The
gonna-
giveaway's over.
No.
Come on, no.
What will our fans say?
Dude, they'll beat our ass.
Listen, this is quality. This is fucking quality content. Look at him. He's like, dude. This has been featured on David Letterman in the 80s.
That's not true.
It is.
In the 80s.
Yeah, he knew about this movie and he contacted Blake and was like, Blake, it's David Letterman.
Relax.
I need this hat.
Yeah, definitely did that.
So,
Facts.
anyway, so yeah, you'll get Blu-ray and then that little. You better know how to properly format that video you're gonna do.
I'm gonna. Don't worry.
And then we'll include this little beanie.
Yeah. So all you have to do is like when this podcast comes out, this episode, which this week probably Friday, Saturday,
Relax.
next week. Yeah, we're not releasing this. I just wanted to like do this. No, so you just have to share a link for the episode on Instagram or Twitter, and then tag us.
Or you could do Facebook, even though Joe's not part of that.
Facebook sucks, bro.
Dude, I know.
Mark Zuckerberg. The Zuck.
Dude, get the Zuck. He is a robot.
Mark Zuckerberg's gonna deliver the Mark Zuckerberg is gonna deliver the.
He's gonna put you in Facebook jail if you don't stop.
Oh my God, Zuck Daddy!
I want the Zuck.
Do you like his smoked meats?
Yeah, that video's so good. I feel like he like knows that he's like cringy and like people think he's literally a robot.
He is.
It's so sick, dude.
Remember when he took a national tragedy to show off a 3D feature?
The Social Network.
Yeah, that fucking Jesse Eisenberg.
So sick.
Do you think that movies are something to behold?
No, they suck.
Okay.
Movies suck, guys. But yeah, so if you just to reiterate, just repost the link for the episode on either Instagram or Twitter. Doesn't matter if it's like a post or on your story or whatever. And
do you say urine?
Tag us and then we'll delete it and we'll block you.
And we'll block you.
We'll report you as spam.
I'm calling Dyfus.
Oh,
so yeah, that's all you gotta do, and then we're also gonna include a pound of chopped meat in the bag. We send it.
Just a bag of raw meat.
We're gonna UPS meat.
We're just gonna put the Blu-ray in a bag of raw meat and ship it to you.
You have to fish it out if you want to watch it.
So I figure I could take an opportunity to talk about our sponsor, thelobster.com.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
For $5, you can get a personalized message on a lobster of your
That's the
choosing
shirt.
to
That's the shirt I'm going to design for you guys. It's a lobster that says Silver Screen Fiends.
Yes, so
I'm not even kidding.
Actually,
I'm not doing something else. You can't make
that's
me.
fine. Let's talk about that too. So our good friend over here is we're gonna collab with him and do merch. We're gonna have a fucking shirt,
T-shirt.
a t-shirt time. You know, like the show.
You make it into a crop top,
Yeah, you could thighs.
or just burn it. Just buy
Look,
it.
if
and
grandma
burn it.
comes over,
as long as you buy it.
if grandma comes over and asks where you got that sick merch, it could be like fucking Loudmouth Threads.
Bro.
.edu.
You could be like, "Shut up, bitch," and then go buy it.
Just beat her ass.
You shut the fuck up, grandma.
You fucking bitch.
And then buy another one for yourself, not grandma.
You know, I'm gonna just go off the rails here. When I used to live with my grandma, I think you knew this because I think you had Snapchat, right? We've been friends on Snapchat. So when I used to live with my grandma, she would frequently leave a gallon of milk out on the counter. And I would just simply take a picture of it. Like, it was either every day or every other day. And I'd be like, "Grandma, what are you doing?" And that became my most requested Snapchat ever.
And then you fucking poured all the milk on her.
What happened is I held her down and said, "The power of Christ compels you," and I poured the milk in a funnel.
She's like, "Please stop!" And you're like pouring it on her face. What?
I played Vivaldi in the background, and I had spiked cleats on while I was doing it.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so I did have one more.
Wait, what were we even talking about?
The shirt. Why? Did you not remember?
Well, because we're talking about your pouring grandma. Like, no.
We're talking about pouring grandma. Pour one out for grandma.
Can you name this episode Pouring Grandma?
Yeah, well, now we have no fucking choice.
Pouring grandma on milk.
ASMR. Pouring milk on grandma ASMR.
Holy shit.
I'm literally making that a video.
Oh my god.
It's just, you ever see, I love, oh my god, some of the ASMR videos I find are hysterical. There was one I came across where it was somebody photoshopped this entranceway into this house, and it's like a dark, gloomy day, night, and it's raining out. And all it is it's a picture of Dr. Phil.
Hell yeah.
And you see him through the window, and he's trying to like knock on the door and come in the house. And that's all it is.
Yeah, that calms me down when I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, the sound of Dr. Phil knocking on my door, trying to put a stethoscope in me.
Relax.
Put it in me.
So yeah, we're coming out with a t-shirt.
Yeah, on track again.
Yeah, it'll be out soon.
Yeah,
maybe.
Can't promise because Joe's Joe.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all on Joe.
Yep. Yeah.
He's doing everything.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I'm gonna pee on you.
Yes. Kink.
Yeah.
Spit on me. Okay.
So I did have one more bad remake, and
come on, bro.
I saved it for you because you're a Universal fan.
I am.
So, did you ever see the remake of The Wolfman?
The Benicio del Toro?
Yes.
I did.
I've seen it.
I did see it.
What are your thoughts?
I snuck into it because I wasn't old enough to see it.
Fuck off.
I was a baby.
Cinema.
All right.
I mean, I put it in the okay category if I had to. I mean, it's like, I remember it being like an hour too long.
Yeah.
And, but like, I remember the wolf effects were pretty cool, which is
I think so too. Yeah.
Plus for the movie, but like I haven't watched it since.
I
then.
honestly don't remember a single thing about it.
Me neither. That's like my judge for if I actually like a movie is if I watched it more than once, and I did not watch that more than once.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's true. I did only see it once, but it's one of those things where it sounds a lot better on paper because I mean, Universal horror has such a rich history of being charming and campy and fucking weird. I mean, literally, we wouldn't have any figures in horror today if it wasn't for Universal because, like, you can argue that they've made, like, Frankenstein and Dracula movies prior to Universal, but those films don't exist anymore. They're fucking burnt up.
Yeah.
So, really, it's Universal introducing, I believe Dracula was the first mainstream one, then Frankenstein and the Mummy and the Wolfman. And so it just, like, introduced this culture of horror that people were like, what is going on? But I think so trying to remake some of that magic, it's just not going to work. And you could be as objective or subjective about it as you want.
Magic?
It's just kind of, the kind of magic that Barry Jenkins imagines when he doesn't get awards for If Beale Street.
It'll beat your ass.
Okay. Are you saying he could or you will?
Both.
At the same time? ASMR. Barry Jenkins beat you up. Welcome back to ASMR. I'm your host, Barry Jenkins. I'm going to beat you up.
Beat your ass.
You think if we tag him enough, he'll just block us?
Probably.
Cool.
That's like me with A24, dude. I've tagged them on so many things, and they have not liked a single one of my
You know why?
posts.
You know what they do? They come in the morning, they get their Keurig coffee, they sit down.
No, ASMR. A24 definitely is like has one of those like French press coffee. They're not Keurig.
Yeah, French press.
They seem like assholes like that.
They walk to their desk, they light a scented candle at 9 in the morning.
Dude, stop.
And they see this kid Joe's tagging them, and they're like, this kid looks like he smells like beans.
Dude, I don't. I paid twice.
Then they print out pictures of Joe and throw darts at it.
Oh, no. Dude, I'm gonna have nightmares now.
Nice.
No, but seriously though, it pisses me off.
Me?
Me? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's.
Shut the fuck up.
Wow. I'm trying to understand why Blake, your favorite villain of all time. Let's have it on the record. Your favorite villain in horror.
Probably Jason.
Me?
If I had to pick. Yeah, and your grandma.
Yeah, leaving the milk out. What if my grandma was the final boss of the next
Cuphead?
Elder Scrolls game?
Cuphead 2.
Cuphead.
I love video games.
Dude, let's talk about Cuphead.
Video games are tight, bro.
Movies suck. Video games are cool.
Yeah.
Dude, you ever play Halo?
Forge
Fortnite?
Forge Night?
Fuck Night?
You understand that Fortnite is canon in the Avengers universe.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking hate that.
Dude, when that popped up on screen, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Fortnite, baby. And when the Hulk dabs, I was like...
I didn't have to ask where we were dropping because it was right into the depths of Grandma's asshole. So anyway. The Wolfman.
Dude.
Back on topic. Joe, do you like Universal horror?
What do you mean?
Like, are you into those old classic horror
like
films?
Frankenstein?
Frankenweenie?
Yeah.
Did you like Frankenweenie?
Yes, I did. You know I'm a fan of Tim Burton.
Why do you want to kill Tim Burton?
I don't. I want to kiss him.
Did you? I don't know. Kill sounds like kiss, dude.
Relax.
It's fucked up. Anyway, Tim Burton's okay.
You're screaming.
He's very okay. Wolfman.
I didn't see Dumbo.
No.
Trash.
I didn't see Dumbo
Not good.
either.
No.
I have no
Cool. Skip.
interest.
Yeah.
I have no interest.
Literally skip it.
Skip.
Literally, like the live action Disney films, I'll watch out of obligation, but that is one I
I'm seeing Lion King.
Oh yeah, of course.
Same.
But Dumbo, I'm skipping over.
Yeah.
I have no desire. But
Trash.
Danny DeVito.
As Dumbo.
Yeah, actually, I heard that the original cut of the movie was just Danny DeVito peeling a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
For like 45 minutes.
And then he fucks it.
He actually fucks the shell, which makes it even more interesting.
Stop.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this.
No. Do you think Danny DeVito is canon in Game of Thrones?
No.
Why not?
I don't. Fuck off.
Can you swing your sword?
Get the fuck out of
Do
here.
you like him in Hercules?
What? He was in Hercules?
Fuck yeah, dude.
What do you play that little fat goblin thing?
No, he was Hercules.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, Wolfman was very okay. I mean,
Cool story, bro.
Trying to lay this modern horror bullshit.
What about The Mummy?
I ain't digging it. The Mummy.
Is that the one with Tom Cruise?
The Tom Cruise one. I didn't see it,
I didn't see it either.
but it looked bad.
Dude, Tom Cruise is so sexy.
Did you feel bad for Brendan Fraser when he came out and said, I've been molested?
Did that happen?
Well, sort of. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't.
He was straight up like, yeah, I went to this party once and this exec like grabbed my nuts.
You sure nothing of Terry Crews?
No, that also happened to Terry Crews.
It did.
Yeah. Anyway, careers.
Why the fuck did you bring that up?
He said The Mummy.
So random.
How is that random? It's The Mummy. Actually, did you like the
Brendan Fraser Mummy?
The original of the remake of Mummy?
So the Brendan Fraser Mummy? Yes, I love the Brendan Fraser Mummy.
I thought that was good. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Did you like the Scorpion?
I forgot that that's even supposed to be a remake.
I know, because you really don't even. But you know what? I think that shows it does a good job.
True,
because it's separation from the entity. It
that
doesn't
movie,
have to sell
yeah,
you.
those movies to me are like the spiritual successor to like Indiana Jones. It's more along the lines of that.
Yeah.
Than The Mummy.
Indiana Bones.
That's how I feel. Yo, Monkey Bone?
Indiana Bones.
Brendan Fraser. Dude,
wow,
we
it all
brought
ties
this
together.
We brought this full circle. Brendan Fraser confirmed.
Confirmed what?
I'm off the show, dude.
Confirmed for Fortnite.
Would you argue that Monkey Bone is the greatest thing since Citizen Kane?
No. Osmosis
Who asked you? You bring that up a lot, which makes you think you got a fetish for us.
I liked it a lot when I was younger.
I actually did too.
That was funny.
Who played the big pill guy again? Didn't some famous dude
No idea.
voice act him?
Probably.
Literally no idea.
Okay. Let's talk about Chris Rock.
Chris Cock.
Down to earth.
Chris
baby.
Cocker.
Chris Crocker.
James Charles.
Yikes. Let's talk about James Charles.
YouTube drama.
I'm literally sipping the tea of YouTube
Dude,
drama.
I fucking love being a 12-year-old girl.
Dude, I know. I get such a fucking rush from this shit.
It's so awesome.
I don't even care about James Charles. Piece of shit. Was he at like 2 million subscribers lost?
I was actually looking at the his Social Blade.
Yeah, the live subscriber count.
It's actually like hilarious. I've never watched one of those things before, and it's just constantly going down.
It's funny because when the Pro Jared shit broke, I watched the live subscriber count, and I think total he's lost a little bit over 200,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's insane. Then I found out James Charles was simultaneously having beef, and then I saw that subscriber count, and I'm like,
Beefy.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. It's
Good.
pretty nuts. There's like a million different things.
Bitch.
Obviously, I could probably talk about this for a whole episode because I'm a fucking...
Dude, honestly,
movies suck. YouTube's great.
Honestly, let's just turn this into YouTube.
YouTube's sick.
Movies suck.
Let's talk about James Charles and why he affected you personally.
I literally watched maybe 2 videos of his, like actual videos of his. I only saw him in like other people's videos.
I've seen him in like 2 Jeffree Star videos.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Jeffree Bay.
Is he the one that gave him a start? Or
No, the girl who he's having...
Tati.
Toddy. Titty.
Westbrook.
Tati.
Hot take.
Tati.
Tati.
I don't know. But yeah, she like started his career. It's a whole thing.
It's drama.
Drama alert.
Can we play the whole 45 minutes?
Drama alert's so sick.
Can we play the
Keemstar?
Yo, fuck off. I'll kick you off the show.
Keemstar makes me laugh so hard.
Can we put on the 45-minute video of Taddy being like,
just in silence.
Just play it in the background of the whole
just
episode.
in complete silence.
you think we'll get stricken?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think that James Charles eats mashed potatoes?
What the fuck?
Just asking a question.
I don't know.
Yeah, come at me, bro.
I really only care about 2 YouTubers, Shane Dawson and H3H3.
Have you ever been on the Shane Dawson subreddit?
No.
You would literally think it is a hate forum for Shane Dawson. It's like every post is like, this is why he needs to return to form. I'm like, he's a fucking YouTuber. Can you relax?
Dude, he's killing it.
They act like he's like the 4th arc of Dexter. Like, who cares?
He's a god.
Are we worrying
He's
about
a YouTube
character
god.
development in a YouTuber?
Yes. Movies suck. YouTube.
YouTube.
That's where I go
RedTube.
for character development.
RedTube.com.
You heard it here, folks. On the lobster.net.edu.gov.
Yes.
Do you think Pornhub would sponsor us?
No shot.
You think X Hamster would sponsor us?
No.
Why? Are you
I
saying
think
they're
actually,
lesser?
no, it's probably, I don't know how hard it is to get sponsored with them. I wouldn't want to be
So
sponsored
what are
by
you saying?
Pornhub.
What are you
Why
saying?
not?
What are you saying about them, huh?
It's odd. I don't
Why
know.
not? They have money.
Dude, stop.
They literally.
I don't like talking about porn in public.
They literally helped me be the man who I am with
All right, bro.
epididymitis. Anyway, so
Stop.
I think we've did I strike a nerve.
Stop.
So I think other than the lobster.com, that about wraps it up here.
Shut
Other
the
than the
fuck
ad
up.
read for thelobster.com.
What's up?
Other than the ad read for thelobster.com that we have left.
Let me hold on. Let me.
It's 25 minutes long.
I like the
hello,
movie The
have
Lobster.
you, have you ever had a birthday coming up and you didn't have a gift? Well,
Honestly,
I
I'm
got news for
upset.
you.
I thought about it just now. I should have brought a lobster.
Dude, we're getting sued.
I
You
should
know
have
that.
just got a lobster.
Yeah, by Al Pacino.
No,
'cause you're a
by
fucking asshole.
thelobster.com.
He's like, a dog day afternoon was like.
I should have bought a lobster for this.
We should have bought a live lobster and see how long it would take him to get from here to fuck up all the recording.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That's
He
smart.
just like claws every line in the mixer.
Definitely.
I'm pretty sure
Comedy.
that's animal abuse. But
Comedy
Yeah.
cowboy.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, if you're ever looking for like a quick birthday gift, you can order from thelobster.com.
I literally hate you.
I know. You could also order from its subsidiary grandmasmilk.org where we pour milk on your grandma for free. We'll do it for free.
Pouring grandma.
If you leave her out for bulk pickup, we'll just come by your house and we'll
milk on
feed her a cupcake or some shit.
I'm going to fuck your grandpa.
Well, this has been the Silver Screen Fiends podcast. I've been your host, Sam.
I'm Joe.
And with us, we've had the very
Grandma.
irreplaceable grandma Blake Corrao
Daddy.
of Loudmouth Threads. Plug all your shit right now. Go.
Follow me on Instagram at Loudmouth Threads. Done. That's
Boom.
it.
That's it. Wait, but what about you do off the press?
Oh, you mean my podcast?
Yeah, baby. Wait, don't promote that here. That's in bad taste.
Dude, what's a podcast?
Anyway,
Your movies suck.
cool. He guy's own show. Listen, subscribe, unsubscribe to us, and subscribe to him.
And block me.
This is a takeover.
Shut up.
He's Taddy. We're James Charles. Anyway, we're signing off. We'll have this up at some point. Movie giveaway. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll be,
Love you guys.
We'll be your friend.
You know what? I love you.
And make sure to bust it up for Grandma.
Make sure to bust it open for Grandma.
Pour one out.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna kill you.
I'm done with this show.
Me too. I gotta pee.